Man,
up? 515 miles yesterday we put down. What a ride, huh?
we're always having a good time, man. That open road, you're on it, you're stoked, and you're even stoked when it's 110. You're sweating your brains
Whatever
out,
off,
and you're,
yeah.
you know.
So what happened yesterday?
Well, we got it. We left at 6 a.m.
Right.
The road was wide open. We were up with the sun. We were on the highway. We're trying to beat the heat.
I mean, it was like 68, got up to 72, 74. It was comfortable riding in the morning.
It was beautiful.
But as soon as we got to Baker, we started seeing the triple digits.
And then we were off from there. You know, we were hydrating, and then we're going to hit off through St. George, and it gets hotter there.
Yeah, it's hotter there. And luckily, we had already arranged with Busted Knuckles, Jason from there.
Yeah.
He's like, come on by, hydrate. So we pull up, he opens the garage. They've got 3 or 4 lifts in there. They got
Right.
4 or 5 bikes. Opens the door, gives us a nice cold bottle of water.
That was great.
And then look, we had some PBRs.
Right,
Okay,
right.
that helped the cause.
So then we're sitting there thinking, all right, Jacob Lake.
Well,
Wasn't
we
too
still had
far.
to get to Best Buy first
Oh, yeah.
because someone dropped their phone on the way over.
Well, we dropped headset and phone. So all 3 of us have sacrificed our phones at one point or another to the
Yeah.
open road, but that's a good thing. I like that.
Well, it was some.
So we're up
but,
at Jacob Lake. This place is thoroughly awesome. We are 8,000 feet up in the pines. I'm stoked.
Yeah, this is the Kaibab National Forest. Jacob Lake is part of that. And then additionally, we're going to go into the Vermillion Cliffs today. We're also going to run into the north rim of the Grand Canyon,
Right.
which is a national park.
Right.
So that's cool.
So
But before we get that done, we are going to sit with Melinda and some of the cousins. We're going to do an interview with them about the history of this lodge. It's been around almost 100 years.
we get to learn, we get our history lesson, which we love.
Right.
And then we get to go have fun and explore.
Well, and it was kind of interesting this morning at breakfast. We met a 5th generation cousin that's working here, so pretty cool.
Right, right. So, hey,
Let's get up to the lodge.
with that, let's
See you down the road. So, wow, we have a treat for you guys today. So we are here in the Kaibab National Forest. We're at Jacob Lake Inn, and Melinda Rich here is one of the generations that's been part of this lodge. Harold and Nina Bowman actually founded this lodge in 1923. We'd love to hear a little bit about them and the history. And then we have a few questions for you, because I read some interesting things about the lodge, and I think people need to hear that.
Yeah.
Lance, what's up?
Well, I think the cool thing is like we're here, we're checking it out, we're seeing it for ourselves, we're learning what we're learning.
Yep.
But then you get to meet Melinda and her family, and she's going to tell us stuff we don't know.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave here with a wealth of knowledge.
The behind the scenes.
Yes.
So Melinda, give us a little history on the lodge here.
Okay. So my great-grandparents were the ones who started Jacob Lake Inn in 1923. So it was Harold and Nina Bowman. And what's interesting is that our ancestors even before us were in this area. So Harold's father helped to do a lot of work in Kanab to help the tourist industry be able to come into this area. And so when we hit kind of the time frame 1919 when they made the Grand Canyon National Park, then people were really starting to come out this area, but there wasn't anywhere for them really to be. You had it out at the canyon itself, but to drive out here on those roads with those cars, I mean, it was a challenge, and people get stuck in all those things. And so they spent that summer of 1923, and it was really Nina's brother and a few others that were here with a truck, and they had a 50-gallon barrel of gasoline that they would siphon out to people. And then they were selling homemade root beer and sandwiches and things, and that was that first summer. And it was profitable enough for them to decide to turn that into just a business to see if it would work. And so they built their first cabin over by the lake, Jacob Lake, which is named after Jacob Hamlin, who was a person who worked with a lot of different people in the area to make it kind of passable for people to travel in the early 1800s. So that first lodge was a one-room cabin, and one of the fun things, here's a little inside information about Jacob Lake. The oldest part of the lodge here are actually the 2 green doors that go into the kitchen, and they were from the original lodge that was just a one-room cabin. What's interesting, again, another fun history story. So when they were deciding to change the roads in the early, I guess late 20s, with all the kind of public works projects and things, they were changing the way that the road and the direction. And the original junction was actually supposed to be about a quarter mile from us at the bottom of a really big hill. And with those cars at that time, there's no way for them to stop and then go up that hill. Right. And so my great-grandfather was friends with all of the men who were working on the road itself. And what they did is they left all of those machines full of gasoline with the keys and all the stuff. And that he spent a weekend and built the road. So the road that from us goes out to 89A towards Page, towards Bitter Springs Junction, Marble Canyon, that direction, that first stretch of road was all built by my great-grandfather and became the official road when they paved it.
I can't imagine that, because we've spent a lot of time on the South Rim, and you had Route 66 and I-40 and tourists, and there's busloads of people stopping there, and it's just so much action, easier access. You got the West and the East Rim, but the North Rim is hard to get to, and we haven't been actually on the North Rim, but it's like, I can see why it's out there, but it's really great.
Yeah.
So thinking of what your family did to make this a place for people to come is amazing.
Well, and the thing that I find so fun about it is that we are here at this junction, and we've spent so much time here. I mean, it'll be 100 years, 2 years from now. And
wow.
So the thing that's incredible to me about that is that not only do we have our own family history that's here, but we have people who have, I mean, their family history is a part of this as well. That people will come hunting, or that they spend multiple family trips that they come here. We have Native American artists that we've been working with generations of their families, because we have in our gift shop, we have their pottery or their rugs or their those things. And so again, part of what is amazing is having been in this spot for so long, we really have become this junction of culture too. And so we have this ability to be able to kind of people collect into this space, and that's a really fun part of it too.
Well, your grandparents and great-grandparents need to be commended. They're innovators.
Yes.
So I think even Harold's father was working on the tram down at Bright Angel Lodge. Yeah. So, I mean, if they hadn't done any of this, would it be here?
To me, I feel like it was that time period where I think maybe someone would have filled it in, but I don't think it would have been what it is. And so, I mean,
well, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I never knew them personally, but what I love about our family is that we love the stories of all of those generations and recognizing just how they helped us to become who we are. And that's part of what makes it really incredible to follow in their footsteps and to be a part of that.
Well, it's very easy for families to pass on to the next generation, and that generation fails.
Yeah.
But we had breakfast this morning, and we had a fifth-generation guy serving us.
My nephew, yeah.
So to see you getting people, the young generation up and working, and I'm sure you did the same as a young child.
Yes, I did.
To put that, work ethic and instill that with them, it's commendable for your family.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they were all very, very pleasant and very kind and very helpful, and so the eating experience was great.
Good. Well, thank you. That's what we want. So.
It's interesting sitting here. There's a lot of action going on. There's people checking in. There's people buying stuff, taking their breakfast out to go. I mean, it's hustle bustle.
Yep. No, and that's again part of what is fun about being in the junction is that you have to pass us. And so thanks, great grandparents, for putting it in this location. But part of again what makes that fun is that we get to really work with people from all over the country. I mean, especially right now with COVID and those things, but really most of the time it's all over the world. I mean, I have met people from so many countries, and that's again part of what is great about being in the same location and having people come and work with us and stay with us. It's so
well. The North
fun.
Rim closes like mid-October, right? So, but you guys are open year-round. Speak a little bit about kind of the activities that happen in the other seasons.
Yeah, so because obviously the canyon is the draw, but being here in this beautiful forest, I mean, the Kaibab forest is really very large, and so there are trails and roads. The Arizona Trail goes through here, and so in early spring and in the fall, there are large groups of hikers that come through, and so we kind of become a stop for them. So that's a fun thing. We also have bikers and things that will come through, and we'll have tours that will come, and that's also really fun during those kind of earlier times where they're driving through to other places, but they'll come and stop with us, and there's that.
It's interesting to hear you talk about sharing this with the world.
Yeah.
because we share our platform with the world, and we have an audience, and we love to share what the open roads have to offer.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that I love about this area is that there's just such a variety of landscape. I mean, I love when people come up here and they're like, this is an incredibly beautiful forest. And then you go down 20 miles from us and it is desert.
Right.
But you also have these really beautiful cliffs. Like if you go again towards the south, that's the Vermillion Cliffs. And you have, I mean, they're massive. And especially as you get towards Marble Canyon and the Navajo Bridge that's there, you're really up close to those. And so you can see how tall and massive they are. And then you go the other direction and you're headed towards Kanab. And again, you have more interesting landscape and things. And so it's a really beautiful place to be and to experience. But also the vastness is what I think is so different for a lot of people.
You know, we explore Arizona, we explore a lot of places, and people, when they think of Arizona, is desert.
Yeah, they do.
But they don't realize, like in Flagstaff here, the Kaibab, National Forest, these huge pine trees.
Yep.
It's just spectacular. We heard the wind whispering through the pines this morning. You can't beat it. Brings back memories.
It's so true. Well, and the thing that's going to be fun for you guys as you go out to the canyon, one of my favorite parts is that you're driving really kind of tight through the trees, and then all of a sudden it opens up into these gorgeous meadows.
That's awesome. So you have a restaurant here, you have a coffee bar kind of area. What food are you really known for here?
Oh, it would definitely be our cookies.
Your cookies, the bakery is going off, and shakes and everything.
It's true.
Right?
In fact, we just right before we started talking, I'm glad that actually the timing worked out, because we had what we call a cookie bus that came in right before.
I saw the bus, yes.
And so they literally just come in. There's sometimes 50 people that get out of a bus and come and buy cookies, and then they head on out again.
Wow. So you're open you have a bakery, you have a soft serve with the shakes, and very thick shakes, as I understand.
Yes, very thick shakes.
You've got kind of a breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu.
Yep.
So, and is that all year round as well?
Yes, though in the wintertime when it is much slower here, we do reduce the amount of things we have on the menu, just mainly for our costs.
And you have a Nitzelbach or Mitzel?
Jägerschnitzel.
Jägerschnitzel.
Yes.
Got it.
That one was actually my dad was the one who did that. So it is a breaded pork cutlet that's fried on the grill, and then it's covered in a bacon gravy that has juniper berries as one of the kind of major
We
things.
tried the gravy last night over a Salisbury steak.
Oh yeah,
it works.
Good choice.
And you do serve beer and wine, but you also have other beverages as well, sodas, coffees, teas.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Well, gosh, man, what a treat. Maybe the next thing we get to do is see a bunch of the next generation. So how do they get a hold of you? Do you have a website?
We do. So our website is www.jacoblake.com. There you can do reservations there. You can, again, the phone number is also attached to that, so 928-643-7232.
You got
that?
that?
All memorized. So, but
and how many rooms do you have? What's the accommodation kind of set up here? You've got cabins?
Yeah, I was going to say, we laugh about this because in our brains, I'm pretty positive it's 62. But
I've got 107.
Yeah, I know, right? So, the cabins were all built in the 1930s, and so they've all been updated and various things, and we're continuing to work on that update. Last year, when we had a kind of massive forest fire that got really close to us, that actually made it so that we had to do a lot of renovations because of smoke damage and things.
Right.
And so that's part of what's been fun, is that we've been able to do renovations and make that even better experience for people.
So you have cabins, you have a motel.
We do. We have a
and
motel.
you have a hotel.
Yep.
So you got all the bases covered.
We do. Yep.
Well, fantastic.
So we're all about families. We're all about traveling across America and meeting people, and we've built a big family all around the world. And here we are with a big family.
Well, let's thank Nina and Harold Bowman for starting this whole thing. It's great to feel like you're welcome in a warm environment. And you've done that for us. Melinda, thank you very much for
thank you guys
inviting us up. And we're actually going to go to the North Rim. We're going to do Vermillion Cliffs today and then go to the North Rim because we've been given some spots that we need to go see.
Well, get out on the road and shake hands with America. I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Jacob Lake is open, and the inn is open all year long. So, hey, we'll see you
down the road.
So that was fun. What do you got in your hand there?
Well, I'm going to finish this cookie. Now what?
Let's head to the Vermillion Cliffs. We'll spend a little time down there, then we're going to come back up this direction, head down the 67 to the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
I'm excited. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Down the road, down the road.
Yep.
Place last time we were here, you were coming around the corner, you had your video going, and you're like, why are these guys pulling over here? They must want a picture. Well, we're back, baby,
and we're gonna get a picture.
Never fails, right, dude?
Never fails. You pull out the mics and someone pulls in
right.
and do like 18 maneuvers to
So we're here off the 89A. We were here a couple years ago with the boys coming through. We went through Springdale, Kanab, and came down through. So you weren't really recognizing, the area. But yeah, we've been here.
So it was 2 years ago with Josh.
2 years ago.
Or 1 year ago.
His first trip.
Oh, last year.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
So, these are the beginning of the Vermillion Cliffs. They rise about 3,000 feet at its peak. The years, it's been 1 million years or more of erosion, and you see the different strata, the colors, the different layering. There's all sorts of wildlife, raptors, not the dinosaurs, but like golden eagles, bald eagles, peregrine falcons, and just the habitat for this bighorn sheep, antelope, pronghorn.
Well, if you get into the depths of these mountains here, I mean, there's canyons and there's crevices, and when it rains, there's waterfalls, and it's an amazing, and it's a plateau.
Yeah, so there's tabletops, there's
Yeah.
buttes,
Yeah.
there's these canyons, as you mentioned, and the water actually comes down through those canyons and provides, for the animals that are here, which is kind of interesting.
We were up at 8,000 feet. We
Yep.
come out of the pines. We get in the scrub. We're in the rocky terrain. And then if you look below us, there's this valley way down there, and it's flat.
Yeah, and we went down there. We're not going to do that today, but if you go past this point, this is kind of the first vista that you're able to see the cliffs.
Right.
But they're vast, and so there's Marble Canyon down there. We stopped at the gas station. We actually jumped in the Colorado River at Lee's
I
Ferry.
love that.
That
I
was
love
awesome.
it. That's awesome. But it's like if you go from 82 degrees down there, I guarantee it's going to be about 105.
Maybe today, yeah.
Yeah,
But I want to go back the other way, so it's 70 or 80 degrees up at the north rim.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to take all this in. We're going to enjoy this beautiful scenery. I see dust
Spectacular.
devils down there, and we're going to make a U-turn, and we're going to head back to go to the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, we'll take the 67 back at Jacob Inn. There's that junction there, and we'll take that, and it's about an hour ride in. There's 3 different vistas we're going to go to.
We've never been.
We'll go to the lodge there. We may go to the Kaibab Lodge as well on the way back, but hey, maybe we'll be there till sunset.
And one thing I was told, that one of the vistas, you can see the Vermilion Cliffs and the Colorado River.
It's going to be cool.
So,
And we may climb over a fence.
yes.
All right. So,
Secret
hey,
stuff.
Let's get back up to 89A, get onto the 67, and let's get into the park.
See you down the road.
that.
How funny is that? Hey man, the things you see on the road, right? We're at the Kaibab Lodge just across from that. And yesterday we went into a garage that you all saw, and Jason was so graceful and let us drink a couple PBRs and some water. But it was Brandon's house and Angie's house. So how did he break in there?
Hey, he just comes in the back door. It's open.
That's
you
all
know,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
So if you ever need anything, just walk around the back, open the door. There's tools, maybe some parts.
That's awesome.
You never know.
Well, we met Jason and Angie yesterday, so now Brandon showed up today and Matt, and they just happened to be tooling down the road. They were looking for us to see if we're out here. We're at a gas station. We stand up and wave, and they're back.
Well, the thing that I learned this today. These guys exercise to our videos.
Right?
So maybe we're onto something.
Is this a
It may not be working, but hey, I'm trying.
So talk a little bit about your garage and your club.
About the club? Mainly we keep up on social media with people who travel through St. George, and so if anybody were to break down or if anybody has any problems they need with the bike, we'll usually go out and try to help them if we can anyway, or give them a garage to do something on their bike if they need it.
Or a bed to sleep in.
Yeah, a bed to sleep in, or a dinner, or a cold beer if that's all they need. So.
That's pretty cool. So that's like they're all about the riding family community, and they're good people ready to help.
We love our community. It's so great to meet these people and people like them. We just did that great interview at Jacob Lodge as well. Man, I love it.
So can we do a big?
You guys got to help us with this.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So we'll see you
down the road. Tell you, this road coming into the North Rim is just simply amazing. It's just like this wonderful forest. We've never been here, and I'm just like blown away and stoked.
So I got to tell you, Melinda was talking about the meadows coming up into the country here with the pines and the meadows that open up. Wow, doesn't disappoint. We're able to see, maybe 30, 40, 50 bison off the side of the road.
Yeah,
after we went through the national park gate. So we've gone from the national forest to the national park.
Right, and I mean, look at the clouds up there. I feel like it's like spring and winter right now. I'm loving this. I like spring and winter and fall riding so much. I dig the summer as well, but I like bad weather to happen.
I'm not spring and winter. What do you mean by that? The clouds?
I love just funky weather to come rolling through.
Oh, I see.
Whether it's a spring shower or a winter storm or whatever.
So we spent some time in the desert lands getting here, and now we're up at 8,000 feet enjoying it. 75, 74 degrees, t-shirt weather. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and we're ripping on our bikes side by side, just like we love our bikes, we love the country. I mean, what else do we need here?
Well, just like everything, we filmed this morning the family affair at the lodge there at the inn, and guess what? We're out getting a little bit of a sandwich across from the Kaibab Lodge, and lo and behold, Busted Knuckles rolls up.
Right.
Pretty crazy.
I mean, it looks like a little bit of rain cloud here, but it probably won't. But I'm really waiting to see what the canyon rim over here looks like on this north side.
Well, there's 3 fingers that we're going to do here in the next hour or so, and we'll go to the most furthest east, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go to where the lodge sits, and then maybe catch that middle finger, no pun intended, for the sunset if we stay in that long.
I mean, if someone told me this is Arizona, I wouldn't believe them.
No, it feels a lot like high country in Utah. You got the ponderosa pines. Those are the really big pines. You got the blue spruce, and then you got this whole, look at this grove of Quakies. I mean, in the fall of the year, orange, yellows, reds. spectacular.
This could be South Dakota right here.
Yeah, so hey, let's get to that first pullout. What do you say about that?
I'm down. I'm excited. Let's do it. I'm enjoying the ride, so whatever happens is going to be great.
Let's see you down the road!
That's right. See you down the road. Woo! Yeah! I'm literally blown away. I mean, as we stand here and we look out there, and that's the San Francisco Peaks, and we figured that this is Bright Angel and it goes into there. So like Williams is over there, the Bright Angel and South Rim where we've hung out is here. I mean, here we are on the other side.
Yeah, I think at our 12, I can see a structure, so I'm sure that's the South Rim. This canyon here is Bright Angel, and heads down into Phantom Ranch, and wow. Really green too.
Yeah, I see a lot of greenery down there, so I'm thinking the rains really came through. I mean, there's clouds now. I don't know what's little haze going on out there, but this is a completely different perspective. I mean, Red Rocks, there's a lot more growth.
Well,
on this
part of the reason for that is this is 1,000 feet higher than there.
Yeah.
And so it gets more of the moisture and the inclement weather. So you're going to have more of the greenery and stuff like that. But kind of the history on this thing, I was looking at this piece up in the visitor center. They have geological information on this space that it's 1 million years old.
Wow.
What, is that 200 million?
Yeah, I guess so.
And so this was all formed from all these inland seas that were on the earth here at one point. And you know, as earthquakes happen and flooding happened, it really shoved all these mountains up, so you have tabletops, plateaus. And for the last 5 million years, the Colorado River has been carving its way down through,
right,
and continues to do that today.
And you can't see it from this standpoint, but
No.
I think if we went to the other point over there, you would have a view of the Colorado River, I was told.
Yeah, we'll have
and
to
you'd see
check
the
it out.
Vermillion Cliffs. But I'm blown away with, I mean, look how green. And this is like just so healthy, and it's some kind of a pine.
That would be a pinyon pine.
Is this a pinyon pine?
Yes. Good creosote, good
Yeah.
burning wood.
I got some.
Yeah. It eats up the chainsaw pretty quick,
bet.
but has a really incredible smell to the sawdust that comes off of that chainsaw. So it's a great, great tree to burn.
So if it's dry and a fire rips through here,
Yeah.
it's explosive.
Well, even if it's wet, I mean, it may even be more explosive.
But again, I mean, the grandeur right over there, one of my favorite little cities.
Yep, Williams.
And now we're
Can't go
here.
without mentioning that.
Look at all the little fingers. And
Well, that's with erosion and what happens with the weather, you know, and look at today. I mean, we've got a dark cloud structure above us, but out behind Josh and this direction, we've got these big white puffy clouds. I mean, we're 75, 80 degrees.
and it's definitely, feels warmer than
But
that.
that's because we just came down a trail, but
Yeah.
got a nice breeze, so I don't know. I think we should try out those other fingerlings.
I definitely think so, because this is just so spectacular. What would they offer? So
What an incredible view. So let's get back. Maybe you should go up to the lodge real quick. Have a cold beer, sit outside, check out the view, and then we'll run up to those other two spots.
that sounds like a plan.
All right. We'll
Let's
see
do
you
it.
down the road, man.
Yo.
Well, boys, we're here at the Rough Rider Saloon. Hey, there's a first time for everything, and we just did the first time to the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
what are we drinking?
We're drinking Grand Canyon Pilsner from Williams, Arizona on the north side.
Fantastic. Proud of you, boys. Cheers. Cheers, cheers down the hatch.
Yo. We are, I don't know where we are. We're just in a mind-blowing space on the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
We're in our, took our time machines, and this is the furthest, I think it's northwest point of the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
Listen, thunder.
Thunder's rocking.
I think we can see the river down
It's
there,
amazing.
too.
You can see the rain coming down out here.
Wow.
Let's go out and see what point this is.
Point Imperial. So we are at the highest point in the Grand Canyon, looking down into the lowest point of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
That's right. That's awesome.
We're sitting at 8,800 feet above sea level. The average height around here is about 7,000 feet. So if you go to like the south rim, the west rim, that's kind of where you're at. But this is epic. I mean, you got this spire. There was a rainbow out here earlier because you've got, if you can see, and I don't know that the camera can pick this up, but storm front is coming our way, it looks like.
It's raining in the canyon right now.
You can see it. But it's just beautiful, magnificent. You know, they had quite a bit of rain over the last few months, monsoonal rain in Arizona.
Everything's green.
It's green.
You know, this is definitely, they've had a lot of rain this year. They're actually out of the drought in several parts of the state now.
Right.
So that's amazing as well.
Just another epic journey. So we've got some people up here that are looking down in the valley as well. Maybe we can talk to them for a second.
I mean, it's really awesome too. You can see Marble Canyon, the gorge where it comes in, and it's like flats. The Vermillion cliffs are out there. So this is basically the leading edge of the Grand Canyon as it takes off down.
Yeah, maybe the leading edge back up
Yeah.
there. But to your point, I mean, we started this afternoon off up at the Vermillion cliffs.
Yes.
And we've kind of worked our way back in. So, hey, it just didn't disappoint. I mean, we wanted to be here. We wanted to come here for a long time and decided to do this quick journey, and boom.
Here we are.
Yeah.
So
See you down the road.
Yo. So one great thing about traveling the 2 lanes around America is you run into people from all over the place. Galen, where is everyone from?
Well, look, we're at the north rim of the Grand Canyon, the highest point, and we're meeting some people down here. We just want to see where they're from, and we've got people from different parts of the country. So where are you guys from?
And my wife and I are from Baltimore, Maryland.
And what brought you here?
Just wanted to see the country. Just had a chance with this pandemic to work remotely and just came right across the country on I-70.
That's fantastic. We wanted to go through I-70, but it was closed, but they were able to see it.
Well, in 2 weeks, we're going to be going from Milwaukee to Maine.
That's right.
So
Very cool.
Where are you guys from?
We're from San Jose, California.
Okay. San Jose, and you were talking about the Lincoln Highway.
Yes, we just completed the Lincoln Highway, which starts in Times Square, New York, and ends in Lincoln Park, San Francisco.
It sure does.
nice. We'll have to do that.
We did it the reverse way
First way.
because being in the Bay
Right.
Area.
And the Grand Canyon, part of your trip here.
Well,
Well,
it's
the
on the
great-
way home.
Yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't. We weren't supposed to come here.
You
but
just
that's
decided to make a U-turn.
okay. Some other things got closed, so
Gotcha.
yes.
Okay.
Well, we did the entire Route 66 backwards. We went from Santa Monica to Chicago. So
Yeah, back in October of last year.
That's
How about
awesome.
you guys?
We're just up for the day from Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, so you're
Tonopah,
somewhat
Arizona.
local.
Yeah.
we were in Tonopah when?
Yes, a while ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've been to Tortilla Flats. We've
Oh,
been our flats.
Flats,
all
yes.
over that Salt River Canyon, just beautiful.
Arizona has beautiful land to see here.
Oh,
does.
that's amazing.
We've been to the South Rim so many times, and I said, let's go to the North Rim.
That's what we did.
Well, 2Lane would just like, you didn't have to do this, but we want to thank you. We inspire travel, good vibes. We have the American flag all over our drops, so thanks for sharing with us.
When we travel, we shake hands with America, and you kind of see
That's
it here.
right.
We love it.
So the way we close our videos is we say, see you down the road. So
With
we'll
our
say,
hands,
see
too.
you, and you flip down the road with us. Is that cool? So, hey, guys, we'll see you
See
down
you
the
down
road.
the road.
Knows
check this wall out. Wow.
I mean, there's little moisture falling. I'm looking at it in the streaks of the sun right now, which has created this great rainbow behind us over here. Where are we?
So the roads were wet, and we took off the 67 Cape Royal. I mean, that road all the way, both fingers are just incredible.
Right.
And you could smell the moisture. It had rained in there. It was beautiful. Very beautiful, thick wooded forest. I mean, it was great, and flowers everywhere. It was spectacular.
I want to bring our Sturgis dudes on this road.
Yeah, they'd love it. So we're sitting on top of this angel's window, and we took a picture over there. Look at the mist coming through here and the rain falling. Way out in the distance, we finally can see the Colorado River.
The mighty Colorado.
Pretty darn cool.
I see a rapid down there, and I flowed that river 3 times in my life, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I have a lot of fond memories on the Colorado. So hey, we still need to go to get ourselves over to Point Royal. So
Let's
see
do
him
it.
over there.
Yeah, let's go.
Bye.
Yeah. Look at that. You know, the sunlight's already starting to cast shadows down here for the sunset that's coming. Look at the deep colors back in there as well.
You never really appreciate things until you go see them. I mean, a photo, a video doesn't really do it justice until you come out here and see the grandeur. How long this has been out here and the evolution that's taken place to create this structure and the colors. And
well, it's amazing that when you're standing on the rim here, there's so much in front of you before you actually get to the river compared to the south side where it's more of a sheer boom down. It's amazing.
I mean, this side's higher, so it gets twice the amount of snowfall and weather, and therefore it erodes faster than that side. But I mean, we can say we've seen them all,
right?
Like,
right.
I mean, and none of them disappoint.
No, and it gets an average of 12 feet of snow on this side, and 5 feet of snow on the south side.
That's why they close it down. You can't get up here in the winter.
Yeah.
You know, and but this to me, Josh was saying earlier, like, he feels like this is how a national park should be.
Right.
Where it's not overrun with people and crowds, and you can actually, like, we're walking down the path and you can hear the wind blowing, and you can smell the smells that you get from the pines and the rain. And
well,
yeah,
you know,
it's been a great day.
The West Rim has got a lot of traffic and a lot of people. The South has a lot of traffic and a lot of people. This is kind of like you're out there. One thing I was noticing too is look how green everything is down there, and I feel more rain falling on us, even though it's like a mist. But
well, they've had a lot of rain, plus this side gets more rain. But even speaking about the West, I mean, that has that little walkway you can go out on.
Right. But it's like a guided tour.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like. I mean, it's kind of cool, but you don't feel like you're out in this.
Yeah. This is amazing. The feel that you get here. I love the wind and I love the sound of it. This is awesome.
Yeah, check that out. Here comes the storm, baby.
Yeah.
So we had a great day. We started off at the inn. We went out. We did some Vermillion cliffs.
Yeah.
We happened to be over by the Kaibab Lodge, and a couple guys roll up from guys that we met yesterday, and a couple folks there. Bare Knuckles Garage.
Yeah.
And we roll into the park, and we're about to roll out at sunset.
Yeah, this is amazing. We are having fun, and we always have fun. That's why we run the 2 lanes.
So shall we get back to the lodge and get some grub?
Let's do it.
See you down the road.